Hello everyone, this is Hills TV Boss FM 95.5 Abuja, Nigeria, and it is Arena 36 Plus, and on set with me is Zaki Aze. We'll be taking a look at salvaging the security situation in Nigeria with ranching and state police. Zaki Aze, you're welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, it feels good to have you in our studio today so we can have a nation building conversation. For us, it feels good. So for you, what does it feel like popping up in our studio so we can have this nation building conversation?
Well, I'm honored to be given the opportunity to speak about it. Anything that promotes peace and unity in a country is worth it. Because that's the essence of life itself. There's no peace, we won't be sitting here like this.
So, all right, let's hit it off quickly and let's begin. What do you think of ranching and state police in a bid to salvaging insecurity in Nigeria? Because the president of Nigeria is moving for a legal framework that will give rise to the establishment of state police in Nigeria in the face of the senseless and mindless killings that were perpetrated in Benue State. Yes, North Central Nigeria and Plateau State. Those type of killings have been perpetrated. Those killings have been perpetrated in Zamfara, in Borno, in Niger, and across Nigeria, not just northern Nigeria. And again, talking about ranching, about 11 state governments have moved for ranching in Nigeria. So, what's your take on state police and ranching? Do you think this will put an end to the security situation in the country?
Well, you can take a horse to a river, but you can't force the horse to drink. So all this decision of the president and what the president is proposing is good, it's correct, but it's whether there will be compliance. That's where the issue is.
When you say compliance,
compliance from the people you are building ranches for, compliance from the indigenous of the land where you want to put the ranches, and then also compliance from the government, because governments who can compromise by corrupt individuals in the government who can also use it as or politicize it. So there must be some form of dialogue. The government's decision to carry out these activities is very good, but the government must first create a forum for dialogue where the killings in Benue State will be investigated properly, and we want to find out why Benue. It's always they've killed a lot of people in Benue. Why Benue? And these people don't fall from heaven. They cannot just come and pass and enter. Who are their insiders? Who are they using inside or amongst the Benue people to be able to carry out their evil crimes? You know, so there must be some form of investigation. Those insiders, by the time a proper investigation is done and we are able to catch the insiders, the informations will go on how to get these people. By the time you get the people and get the insiders, a lot of informations will come out more. So we now go to the root of these killings and sort it out once and for all. Because if
would ranching be the root of this or cause of this?
Ranching,
killings?
You are speaking grammar. Okay. You build a beautiful house and there's nobody in the house. What is the use of your beautiful house? So what if you build the ranching? You keep mentioning ranching. What if the people you are building it for are not interested in going to to do that.
Are you not worried that without the ranches, they go about grazing openly, and that could bring about cattle running into farmers?
No, but
farms to destroy
even them have their states, so they can do that in their state. Even them have their own farmlands. They are indigenous of a place, of a state. If they are not indigenous of a state, that means they are not even Nigerians. And if they are not Nigerians, how did they get here? What are they doing here? So it's easy. So even if they are not Nigerians, by the time these measures I am suggesting are taken, that is how you will now eventually fish out whether they are Nigerians or not. That is why I say information. By the time investigation is done properly, if you come and say, okay, you are from here, they say we don't know you. That means you are not even a Nigerian. And you are coming into Nigeria to commit these crimes. Who are your allies? So more information, things start coming out, and then we'll be able to get to the root of it. By the time we get to the root of it, there would be a dialogue between the government, like I said, indigenes, and the perpetuals, the people who are committing this crime. Because before this dialogue, we now know the root of the crime.
Are you insinuating that the security agents in Nigeria have no high level of intelligence and information gathering?
It's all they do. But do you know whether they want to do it or not? They do. They have the gadgets.
Okay.
They are intelligent people in the Nigerian security force. They are very intelligent people. I think all this has to do with whether they want to do it properly or not. Because I live in Lagos. Lagos is highly populated. If you commit a crime in Lagos, if the police want to fish you out, it will take them 2 days, no matter who you are. So it's whether I don't know. You see, some people have said it's political, some say it's spiritual, some say it's ancestral. Everybody is talking. But by the time you investigate properly, all these facts will come out. The only thing that works is facts, so that people will not be guessing. When you get your facts, then you know where to direct your energy to in solving the matter. You want to solve a matter that you don't know the root of? How do you solve a matter when you don't know the root of it? So I think that, just like I said, if the police want to find a criminal within 2 days, they will find him. It's the same way if the government is serious. For once, let them take these Benue killings as enough is enough and take it serious. Everything will come to an end. Everything. Like I've said, the criminals cannot come into Benue without some people giving them information or guiding them. So first find those who give them those information.
Wow. Yeah, you brought up an issue with policing in Lagos, how it is efficiently carried out.
It's not in Lagos, anywhere in Nigeria.
Yeah, you said if you commit a crime in Lagos and the police want to fish you out, they fish you out at any point in time. And this brings to questioning the issue of state police. And the police in Lagos, they are not run by, they are not controlled by a governor. They are controlled by the federal government.
Yes,
and they are
same for the one in Benue.
Yeah, same for the one in other states and in Benue. But we have a cry and we have a move by the president of the republic that is pushing for a legal framework that will give rise to the establishment of state police. Does this mean we need state police for security to become our experience and not just a hope in the States? What's your angle to this?
The president is taking a very bold step. It's a very good right step in the right direction. It's one step that every leader, most leaders just come and talk about and are not able to take. So for him to make that move, I salute his courage and his person. However, I would advise that the president, because state policing for now, there are a lot of fears that the governors will hijack it for their personal interests. I know of a governor who had to chase some individuals out of their state. They even have to run out of the country because of that governor. Not that they committed crime. He was just, he was just bullying them. So now, say state policing, you now give the same government. The truth is that I would suggest that if the president is only an advice, the president should first remove immunity from governors. Then you can comfortably create state policing. So the governors now know that you don't no longer have immunity. If you commit anything or if you are not doing the right thing, you can easily be removed. That way the governors will do the right thing and will not use the police as instrument to deal with their political enemies or because one day you hear this state and this state are fighting. Two police people fighting, exchanging gunfire. Police from this state and police, you understand? That is what it may turn into if it's not handled properly. So I think if that has to be done, first remove immunity from the governors so they know that if you don't do the right thing, they can remove you at any time from office. Then also, you must create and empower vigilantes. Local security is very important. Local security vigilante is key for information, for local security is important for security, for information.
As a vigilante.
Yeah. So the vigilantes should be structured in a way that they will be working under the police commissioner of the state. They will be working under the police. It should also be structured in a way that the indigenous or the local government people know that it's some form of police. And if you perform very well, you may, one or two or three people, or as the case may be, for their good performance, may be employed into the Nigerian police. So everybody, do you know what it means to tell an indigenous to ask someone to secure himself by himself? He will protect it properly. I have seen during, like where I live in Lagos, in some estates, in some places, it's OPC that is their security. And it's functioning well. In some areas, a friend of mine told me how this cannot happen in their state because of their vigilante group. So even vigilante group, most of the time when they catch a criminal, they take it to the police. So at the end of the day, it's still state policing. But I will suggest for now, except if the immunity is removed from governors, I will not advise state policing for now. But if you remove immunity from governors, then state policing can work. But you must, after all, there are teeming Nigerian youths who are unemployed. Vigilante is some form of creating employment for the teeming Nigerian youths, number one. Number two, the policemen. No matter how you look at it, you go for state policing. If we go for state policing now without first employing more policemen, because Nigerian police is short-staffed, the policemen are not enough for a country as populated and as big as Nigeria. Nigerian police should be 1 police to 3 people.
Would this be your suggestion that we should have more policemen than state police?
No. More police. How do you want to create state police when you don't even have enough policemen? The police are not even enough. If you ask, like the man, somebody was saying that there are too many police going for private protection, guiding politicians or guiding people in their houses. What is the work of police? That is their work, to protect lives. So are you saying the policeman not to go and protect people in a wedding gathering, or if I have an event, the policeman should not come, or if there's a VIP, a policeman should not protect? That is how it should be. However, as much as they are working in private organizations or with private individuals, there should be enough police to also fill in the gap.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay, to protect the masses.
Yes.
Wow.
To protect the masses.
Okay.
The policemen are not enough.
Do you think
they are like a drop in the ocean?
Okay. Do you think they are well equipped and well taken care of in Nigeria?
Well, they are making progress in terms of equipment. I wouldn't say well equipped, but they are making progress. I think also their package, their salary should be looked into. Understand, the police should be, if you see a policeman in America or abroad, you would be praying for your children to be policemen. The gadgets alone, their uniform. If you see a policeman abroad, you will be afraid to commit crime. I'm telling you. So the institution of the Nigerian police force should be brought to that level where they are well equipped and they are well paid, where they are ready to risk their life, and all that. So I think for me that is my suggestion. Remove immunity from governors so that they don't hijack state policing for their personal interest or rivalry interest. You must involve the vigilante to create employment for the teeming youth who are the same youth that may be used to commit the same crime. Okay. So when you employ them, they have a sense of belonging. Their parents look at them now as responsible children. They give you all the information you need. They guide the policemen on, they work as a team and everything will work out fine. That is my own suggestion. Okay. But I still salute the president for even taking the bold step towards state policing.
Yeah, looking at the issue of ranching, where about 11 state governments have come out to saying that they are moving for this. Some school of thought is persuaded that, well, if governments have policy in place for the state governments, in place for herders, for those who are rearing cattle, how then would the government account for a discrepancy where we have some other businessmen, those who are into small and medium scale enterprises, especially those who may not, this school of thought feels that there are people who have not been supported by government to run their business. And now you have a situation where they are moving to construct ranches for cattle rearers. What's your angle to this? They feel shortchanged. They feel that the Nigerian state has not accounted for the needs of every citizen, but they are being selective with their approach in terms of family policy formulation and implementation. Do you agree?
What you have just asked me is like telling me that I have 20 houses sprayed in Abuja and one of the houses is on fire. And they call me. Instead of rushing to attend the house that is on fire, I will say, I have 19 other houses. I beg, let this thing. That's what you have just asked me. I mean, okay. The duty of any government is to protect its citizen. Provide and protect for the citizen of your state, of your country. That's the first duty. Protect the life of your citizens. Now, children, women, more than 200 people were killed in Benue State. And this has been going on for years. It's increasing. Is it not only normal for government to take drastic measures? They want to take these measures, and now you see. Well, it's. I wanted to say to rule a country like Nigeria is really not easy sometimes. I'm beginning to feel what some leaders, let's say a governor or a president, is going through. Because people are dying. You are now asking me about business. I'm talking about people dying. Children, women are dying. You are talking about business.
Well,
if there's no life, how would you do the business?
Should insecurity.
If there's no peace, where would you set your shop to do the business? You will be running.
Are you not worried
Go and ask
that
the
some
people
school of thought would think that it is because of the killings now, then the government can cater for the needs of the cattle rearers?
It's because of what?
Are you not worried that some school of thought is positing that, because of the killings now, they can perpetrate killings now, the killer herdsmen can carry out the killings. As a result of that, the government can look their way. So then it is possible for others to perpetrate crime too. Then the government will look their way. What's your angle?
I have a saying.
Okay.
You can choose your attitude, but you cannot choose the consequences of your attitude. So if you are saying it's because of the killings, I have just explained to you how an underground investigations-man dialogue must go on, and so when these investigations go on and they finally find out the people who committed these crimes against humanity, what do you think will happen to them? Does that answer your question? Because the means taking laws into your hand has consequences.
Okay.
It has consequences, and they will face the consequences. Both spiritually, physically, they will face the consequences. It's like throwing an object up and expecting it will fall down. It's not possible. No government, no law is above the Almighty God. You will be dealt with according to the rules or according to the laws of the land. You will face the consequences by way of hanging or by way of going to prison. Apart from that, spiritually, you still face the consequences. Your generation will face the consequences. So, that should answer your question.
Yeah, it's still Arena 36 Plus on Hills TV, Boss FM 95.5 Abuja. And my guest is superstar music icon Zaki Aze. And we are looking at ranching and state police. Can these two salvage the insecurity situation in northern Nigeria, in middle belt, in Benue State, with the senseless killings that have been perpetrated? If you don't go away, we'll be right back after this.
Bus FM 95.5 Abuja.
You're welcome back. Like I said earlier, I have superstar music icon Zaki Aze on set with me, and we are looking at the problem of insecurity and salvaging it with state police and ranching. Quickly, boss, before we go, I'd like for you to tell us your candid submission over what it is that we are faced with and the proposition of the state police and ranching. Can this salvage the situation?
It can only salvage the situation if you give those who are involved opportunity to express themselves and find a permanent solution to it. Find out what they expect. Find out, make sure you prosecute those who commit those crimes. That is as for trying to settle. This is internal, external settlement. There must be a dialogue between government, indigenes, and those who. That is after government findings and information has been given to who is involved. The government now need to dialogue with the indigenes to get their own opinion on what they think should be done going forward to prevent the reoccurrence of this terrible massacre like what happened in Benue State and other states of Nigeria. And then as for state policing, I have been clear on that. I think I salute the president for his bold step, but we need to involve more vigilante for now. If you ask me, my advice is use vigilante to work with the Nigerian police, empower the vigilante, not the way they have been using them before. Employ more, equip them, train them, and let them work under the police commissioner of every state to give information, checkmating crime and every other thing. Put a proper structure where the vigilantes have an opportunity to even enter via that job, because the vigilante group will be creating job opportunities for retaining unemployed Nigerian youths, and then also raising their hope by telling them that you can also eventually become a police officer if you perform very well. To me, that is the solution for now.
So what would you want to be remembered for in the face of the senseless and mindless killings, particularly with your contribution towards the killings that were perpetrated towards salvaging the situation as a nation builder, as a social commentator before we go?
Well, I would like to first plead with my heart goes out to all the people who have lost their children, their wives, their relatives, the baby killings. It's a very sad situation, and I've not been able to do business normally since that happened. I can't concentrate, I can't even sleep well. I would plead with them to I know it's very painful, but to try and put everything behind. When there's life, there's hope. But I would also plead with the government to try and empower them, and also ask them to also try and protect themselves and be more vigilant. I don't know, that's the only thing I can say, because what happened in Benue State can happen in any other state. So, every other person should take example and be alert. Give the police information. Do not hold information. If anybody sneaks around you or you don't understand any movement around you, please be quick to report it. Because what happened in Benue, if there was a strong vigilante group, it wouldn't have happened, because they are already communicating with the police and the army, so they would give information, or they would blow their whistle or fire a gunshot or something that will alert people. Those people did not fall from the sky, they passed through somewhere. So that is my own candid advice.
Yeah, thank you very much for coming through on the show. I hope the next time we'll record on you for a show.
You still have not told me how you know I was in town. You are spying on me.
Well, we journalists have a way of scooping this up anytime, any day, just like you are in the business, you know how these things are done. Anyway, that's the much we can take on the show. I appreciate you for coming through on the show. I hope the next time we come back on you would oblige us the moment for another show.
Anything for Nigeria, for peace, unity, and progress.
Right. Thank you very much.
Bless you so much.
Thank you. Yeah, that's the much we can take, and God bless your souls. Bye for now.
Bus FM 95.5 Abuja.